Buongiorno, day 7, via Francigena, first full week of walking, leaving Piacenza, it's just after 6, dead early this morning because I want to do a triple stage, so I'm going to take a few shortcuts on the path to Fornovo, because if I take the path literally today and follow it to the letter, by the time I get to Cassio, which is up in the mountains, I'll be doing 64 kilometres, which is bullshit. So I'm not going to do 64 kilometres, but I will do about 50, 51, 52, something like that. Which way am I going? This way. So yeah, down to Fornovo, hit the Apennines, up to Cassio. So big day, long day, but legs are feeling pretty decent this morning. So here we go, andiamo. Here we are, Fornovo. You can see behind me there the road signs are pointing up to the Pass della Caesar Pass. That's the highest point of the Apennines that I'll be crossing over the next 2 or 3 days. So we're heading up now into the hills. Feels good to have left the flatlands behind. We're crossing into the region of Emilia-Romagna in a few kilometres time. So that's the Aosta Valley done, the Piedmont done, Lombardy done, and once I've got over the Apennines and I drop down into, I think into a town called Massa. That is where I think Tuscany starts. So we're going to walk the entire length of Tuscany over the next couple of weeks, and then a week and a half, hopefully, down through Lazio, down to Rome, and then meet the missus in Rome, hopefully on the 14th of June. Climbing up out of Fornovo. This is where I am right now. There, and we've got to get to here today. So from there to there. I met Eric again last night in Piacenza. And we just sat in the square having a beer and an aperitivo, and he wandered up. And we had a great few hours together. That's one of the really great things about being on this sort of pilgrimage, that you meet loads of other like-minded people and you tend to keep bumping into them every now and again. So it was really nice to meet him again. Eric's a physicist, and we had a really deep conversation about physics, religion, where the two meet, where the two clash. And he explained to me, all right, shut up. He also explained to me how energy is made in really, really simplistic terms, using a loaf of bread as an example. I won't go into details because clearly if anybody's watching this, you'll turn it off. But one thing struck me is that this fella that I met in the middle of Italy on a Camino explained to me things about physics and helped me understand more about physics than I learned in 4 or 5 years of being at school. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, West Craven High School. Right, I've hit a bit of a wall. 40 kilometres done. It's just after 3:30. So another couple of hours before I get to Cassio. I've tried ringing the hostel, but there's no answer, so I might be getting the tent out tonight. But it's been a pretty gradual but fairly relentless uphill the last couple of hours. But we push on. About 7 kilometres to go. Oh, I'm knackered again. I've just got to 43 kilometres. Thankfully I'm walking through this forest which is nice and shady. So at least it's cool. But the sandwich I had about an hour ago has worn off and I'm really hungry. And I have no more food now, so got to press on to Cassio and hope that there's something open or there's somebody knocking about. If not, I can always cook up some pasta or some spag bol that I've got in my ration packs, so I'm not going to starve, but I would like a nice cold drink. About 5 kilometres to go. Do you know what? I'm just walking down to a fountain just to get some water. It feels so nice to walk without my backpack on for a minute. Let's have a look down here, check this out. That fountain has been there since 1870. Do I follow the red route down and back up, or the more direct route on the road? Woohoo! You guessed Cassio, it. At last. I've got a beer. I've got a Coke. And we've got some focaccia. But we haven't got anywhere to stay. There's a church just down the road, so I reckon I'm going to be camping outside the church. It should be fine, it's not raining, so it's only 4:30. So I'm going to have something to eat, wander down to the church, see if I can find somewhere to set my tent up, and then that'll be the last bit of walking I do today. 52.4 kilometres is enough